I'm going to keep it all the way 100. You know what I'm saying? I believe that it was just something that popped up. I don't believe it was her nerves. You know, nerves for what? Let's look at her background. She came from a favela in Brazil, had nothing, made something of herself. She came out to the people that she's openly, gay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She put herself out there. What's there to fear? She's fought the girl before. You know, as far as the statement is concerned, like she's, her English ain't her first language, and the people that she's surrounded with, English also ain't their first language either. 2.
Well, her girlfriend speaks.
Yeah, her girlfriend speaks,
right.
but the thing is, like, she's not feeling good. Next thing you know, you go on Twitter and you see Dana White says something about you. That's your boss.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do? Say something back in return and start a battle? You know what I'm saying? Just keep it real. You weren't feeling well. She came out here. And it was different. She came out here and she was like 10, 12, 15 pounds over and had a hard weight cut. She came out here 2 weeks in advance, 5 pounds over. She was good.
Yeah.
She was prepared. She's ready for battle. But something obviously happened. A lot of times when people come to Vegas, they underestimate the heat. They also underestimate the allergies because she complained about her sinuses. You come out here, come from Florida, when you're doing humidity, and you come to Vegas where you're dry air and mulberry trees and cottonwood trees and all that stuff. Allergies,
and we're half a mile up. A lot of people forget we're half a mile up.
And the thing is, like, people forget that the dry air, the heat, we're coming from Florida. That might have got her as well. And, she's not feeling too well. The doctors might say, oh, you can compete. But the doctors aren't in her head. They don't know that she's not, what else is going on with her. Because sometimes it's hard to explain yourself, especially if you're not feeling well. For anybody, I'm not going to say no names, but for anybody to come out there and say that, to talk down and say she should have fought, but to me, it's stupid. Because why would you want your champion to go out there and compete not at 100%? You know what I'm saying? If you don't you want, as an organization, don't you want your fighters to be 100% so they can put on the best show possible?
A lot of fighters say they never come in at 100%.
It don't matter, but the thing is, physically, I can tell you this, most of my career, I've been about maybe...
You've fought with torn ACLs, haven't you?
Torn ACLs? Man, as a matter of fact, I'm going to be...
Staff?
No, as a matter of fact, let me be 100. I'm going to be 100 with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't going to tell nobody this, but I had a resurfaced hip. Peep this, man. I'm going to be the first person in MMA history to fight with resurfaced hip. See the scar? Bam.
Damn.
That's why, I couldn't come. They went in, scraped my hip out.
When was that?
That was 4 weeks ago. I feel like I was bone on bone. I've been bone on bone on my right hip for 7 years.
Oh, that's what kept you out of the what should have been the Bader fight?
Yeah, for 7 years, been bone on bone, man. And I went and got a cortisone shot, got two done 3 weeks. And I was like, you know what? I got to get this fixed, man, because it hurts to walk. I found myself struggling to walk through the airport, got it done. And now I'm gonna fight again, but you just never know what people are doing. What your goal is to you physically might not be 100%, but mentally, if you're a warrior, you're gonna be 100%. Like, I fight injured so much, I can honestly say my first fight is probably the only fight I fought without no injury. Every fight I've dealt with the injury or some type of sickness, something like that. But the thing is, mentally, I was 100%. Physically, we're not there, but mentally, if you're a warrior, you're gonna think through all those injuries.
I've only heard one opinion, and it was from somebody who's had it, who said antibiotics can take care of it, but I just don't know how many levels of it there are. And I don't even know. Now I'd have to investigate. I should have, I guess, where that stands with USADA and everything.
But it's cool. Okay, take antibiotics. Okay, but you take antibiotics, you'll be healed. But guess what? Antibiotics does destroys your cardio. Destroys, like, the antibiotics. The worst thing you could possibly take. You can't digest food as well either. Now Amanda, let's be real. Let's be 100. I love Amanda. It's my homegirl. She can fight, but she's had a history of cardio issues in the past, right? So if you're dealing with sinus issues, and you've had a history of cardio, like, I know she was ready to go 5 rounds. But let's say she fought Valentina and she really could go about 3.5, but she won 3.5 rounds. She's up. But let's say she's dealing with that sinus issue, and instead of 3.5 rounds, she can only go 2 rounds. Then she loses, and then come press conference, she's like, man, had a hard time breathing out there, have a sinus issue. What's people gonna say?
She's making excuses.
Oh man, she should go join a different team. She has poor cardio, man. If she wasn't feeling well, she shouldn't have fought, right? But now since she ain't feeling well, she ain't fighting. Guess what? People are still bashing her. What y'all want? The thing is, when you throw a jab, when you throw a punch, guess what you gotta do? You gotta breathe out. Now, imagine you try to breathe out, and when you breathe out, you're blowing out snot. And then you try to breathe back in, you're breathing in snot. Next thing you know, you have your ears start popping, your throat start itching, and your wind starts going like this. And you're swallowing spit, and you're trying to cough spit up. And you're doing with the girl that can bang. Valentina got them hands. You know what I'm saying? She can counter punch, she can grapple, she can do judo. So like that. You want to be fresh. I think she made the right decision. I think that, I don't know Dana White. I don't know that boy. I don't know him. But I think he made the wrong decision by bashing her because he's not in her body. And as her promoter, he should think like, okay, you know what? She made the right decision because we want the best fight available. What if she went out there and that fight was like Curtis Blades and the other dude? What if it was like that? People be like, oh, man, that fight was terrible. And then she would have went out there and did an interview being like, you know what? I'm sorry I tried to fight my best, but you know what? I've been dealing with sinus issues. I had to pace and coast. And I didn't want to disappoint y'all, so I fight anyway. Well, guess what? You disappointed the fans by fighting and making the fight boring. So either way, you damn if you do, damn if you don't. You don't. Yeah. You give them a showing. It's terrible, man. She's terrible. I ain't gonna watch a fight. You don't fight. Oh man, she's a coward. I ain't gonna watch a fight. So what y'all want?